So something I hear a lot from people is this: I don't know why I drink. I don't know why I drank last night. I didn't even want to. I said I wouldn't, but it just happened. It all happened so fast. Today, I want to unpack that a little bit and talk about this I don't know trap, because my goodness, it is a real trap. It sounds like such an innocent thought, and I realise it might feel very true to you. But when you tell yourself that you don't know, you kind of block yourself from your own wisdom. It's a bit like putting up a roadblock in your own mind. And then, when you're saying stuff like that, you're far more likely to reach for unhelpful stories like, you know what, I must just be really weak, there's probably something wrong with me, maybe I'm not disciplined enough, or I have some kind of addictive personality. And I've got to tell you, none of that stuff is true. So you want to get out of the habit of saying, I don't know, because actually, your drinking always makes sense. It always makes sense. There was a thought and a feeling and a need that went before the drinking, and there was a reason that you chose to manage all of that by drinking. And I know that sometimes all of this can happen really fast. And perhaps there's a little part of you that God actually just doesn't want to think about this stuff at all and why you do it, because maybe you feel bad about it. But I'm here to point out to you that a big part of quitting drinking is learning how to be curious about it. Curiosity is the key to success. Right now, you've just got this coping mechanism that isn't working for you anymore, and we need to understand it better. That's all that's happening here. So step one for getting out of the I don't know why I'm drinking trap is to eradicate the words I don't know. Do not allow yourself to indulge in that confusion. And step two is to take a guess at why you drank. A guess is fine. A guess is nearly always right. And even if your guess is wrong, you are going to make so much more progress this way, I promise you. And as I said earlier, your drinking always makes sense. It always happens for a reason. And that means we need to look at what your brain thinks you are getting from drinking. So I do this process with everyone who joins my Getting Unstuck course. And here's why it's so important. Often your drinking is showing you the skills that you are missing. It's highlighting areas that you might need to work on and you might need to figure out how to provide for yourself. So here's what I mean. If your guess is that you drank because you were feeling bored, then you probably need to start thinking about how you might be able to create more pleasure in your life just on your own. Or maybe your guess is that you were stressed out and drinking just felt like the best way to decompress after work. Very common. Well, in that case, you want to look at how else you can manage that stress and also why it is so consistently high in the first place. Like, are you setting unrealistically high expectations for yourself around what you should be able to manage alone? Personally, one of the reasons that I used to drink is because I thought it made me more fun, more interesting. And that is an area that I had to really work on and grow in. And nowadays, it actually makes me feel sad to think of that old version of myself who was so convinced for so long that she just wasn't enough, wasn't interesting or fun enough just as she was. So can you see, when you drop the roadblock of, well, I don't know, and you start to take these guesses as to why you're drinking, well, then changing your relationship with alcohol starts to become much less about personal failings and alcohol itself, and much more about just developing some new skills. So what is the skill that you might need to work on? What is the thing that you might need to just learn how to provide for yourself and that you are currently outsourcing to alcohol? Because if you're watching this video, I'm guessing that that strategy of outsourcing to alcohol isn't working so well anymore. Like it's not being a great supplier for you. So if you've been feeling stuck with thoughts of, I don't know why I drink, or I know what I should be doing, but I'm just not doing it, then really, really have a think about this. There's nothing wrong with you as a person. Like, your drinking doesn't make you bad. There's no moral failing or weakness. Maybe all that is happening here is that you are not telling yourself the complete picture of your drinking. Or perhaps you're not allowing yourself to really look at it and ponder it and explore it with compassion. So that's all I've got for you today. Let me know in the comments what this brings up for you, whether this strikes a chord, and I really hope you have a great week ahead.